Okay, so picture this. What if a single nasal spray could protect you from, well, pretty much everything? Not just from COVID and the flu, but from nasty bacterial infections and maybe even your seasonal allergies. I know, it sounds a little like science fiction, right? But it might be a lot closer than you think. Today, we're diving into a breakthrough that could totally rewrite the rules on how we fight disease.
So let's start with a problem that, honestly, we all know too well. As incredible as modern vaccines are, they kind of put us on this treadmill where we're always trying to play catch up with the next new thread.
I mean, we've all wondered this, right? Why do we need a new flu shot every single year? You get the shot, but by the next season, the virus has changed just enough that you need a brand new one. And it's the exact same story with new COVID variants. Our absolute best defenses are just so frustratingly specific.
And that really gets to the heart of it. Traditional vaccines are designed to train our immune system to recognize one specific enemy. It's a one pathogen, one target kind of deal. But this new approach we're talking about, it completely flips that script. The goal here is one single vaccine that can protect you against pretty much any threat. And that's where this potential game changer comes in, a so-called universal vaccine that you take as a simple nasal spray, developed by a team of scientists from across the US. What's just so mind-blowing is the sheer range of things it protected against in early studies with mice. I mean, check this out. Just 3 doses of this spray protected mice from viruses like SARS-CoV-2, sure, but also from dangerous bacteria, including antibiotic-resistant superbugs. And then, and this is the part that gets really wild, it even reduced asthmatic reactions to dust mite allergies. So you see, this isn't just a universal virus vaccine. It's something way, way bigger. And we're not talking about a small effect here. In the mice that were exposed to SARS-CoV-2, the vaccinated group had 700 times less virus in their lungs than the unvaccinated group. Let that sink in. A 700-fold reduction. That is just a staggering difference.
You know, the senior author on the study, Bali Pulendran, really put it perfectly. He said, just imagine getting a nasal spray every fall that protects you from all respiratory viruses. Not just COVID and the flu, but the common cold, bacterial pneumonia, maybe even allergens. That really would transform medicine as we know it.
So the big question is, how in the world does one vaccine manage to do all of this? Well, the secret isn't about targeting the germs themselves. Nope. It's about hacking our own immune system to keep it on a constant state of high alert. Okay, so your body basically has 2 main defense systems. First up, you've got your innate immunity. Think of these as the first responders showing up to an emergency. They get there super fast and they'll fight literally any invader they see. The only problem is they're generalists, and they get tired out after just a few days. Then you have the second system, your adaptive immunity. Now these guys are the special forces. It can take them weeks to get trained up for a very specific bad guy, but once they're ready, they have an amazing, long-lasting memory of how to take them down. This is the system that all of our traditional vaccines are designed to train. So what this new vaccine does is absolutely brilliant. It links the 2 systems together. The nasal spray delivers a synthetic molecule that basically acts like a call to arms. This signal tricks the special forces, those T cells, into constantly rallying the first responders. And the result? Those fast-acting first responders, who would normally be exhausted in a couple of days, are instead kept on high alert for months on end, ready to launch an immediate and powerful attack against any new threat that dares to show up. Okay, but there's a catch. How do you actually get that call to arms signal where it needs to go without the body just destroying it immediately? Well, that's where some seriously clever delivery technology comes into play. The secret ingredients are packaged inside these incredibly tiny, specially engineered bubbles. The technical name for them is pegylated liposomes, which is a mouthful, I know. You can just think of them as microscopic delivery drones with a special protective coating. And this really shows that we're not just talking about some lab curiosity here. No, this whole thing is grounded in serious, patented science. The very core of the technology is this unique delivery system that's been designed from the ground up to get the immune system fired up. So what are these little bubbles actually made of? Let's break it down. First, you've got the bubble itself, the liposome, which is the delivery truck. Then it's wrapped in a special stealth coating that helps it survive longer inside the body. But the really important part is the cargo inside. Those synthetic molecules that act as the call to arms and put your whole immune system on red alert. Now, all of this sounds absolutely incredible, right? But it's really important to pump the brakes just a little and remember that this research is still in its early stages. So what needs to happen before this could ever become a reality for us? So what's the timeline looking like? Well, the mouse study we've been talking about was just published in early 2024. The next critical step, the big one, is starting human trials. That's where we find out if it works the same way in people, and most importantly, if it's safe. If everything goes well, the research team estimates a vaccine like this could be available in about 5 to 7 years.
The lead offer is still incredibly optimistic, saying it pretty plainly. I think what we have is a universal vaccine against diverse respiratory threats. So the confidence is definitely there, but it all has to be proven in more studies.
And that brings us to the million-dollar question that other experts, like molecular virologist Jonathan Ball, are asking. Is it safe? Look, keeping your immune system on high alert for months at a time is a really powerful tool. But scientists have to be absolutely sure that this hyper-ready immune system doesn't cause friendly fire and start attacking the body itself, which could lead to autoimmune problems or other serious side effects. That's going to be the number one thing to watch for in human trials. But even with all those hurdles, the potential here is just immense. And it leaves us with this final, really fascinating question to think about. What would our world actually look like if we could dramatically cut down on seasonal sickness, if we could tame severe allergies, and if we had a powerful new weapon against the growing threat of superbugs? This research, for the first time, gives us a real glimpse into what that future might hold.